Happy Sunday, guys. Please let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. We had to move our mic because I kept on bumping into the mic where it was over here. Welcome to the channel. Happy Sunday. Oh, I love it. People are watching from Cali, Brooklyn, Orlando. I see it. Guys, don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it already. This is our weekly recap of Belle Collective, which the season finale happens next week. Next week is the season finale. And then we have, of course, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Season 5? I'm putting season 5 in quotes because I'm not sure. YouTube TV says one thing. Hey, Lulu. Thank you so much for letting me know that you guys can hear me. London's in the house. Love to see it. Happy Sunday, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I'm your boy, TheKempire, and this is the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter, and we're live on TikTok. I haven't forgotten about you guys. Be sure to tap your screens. Be sure to like the video. Be sure to share the video. I'm not going to waste any time because I do want to get into this recap because we have 2 shows to talk about. And members, you will have an opportunity first to call in and share your thoughts on Belle Collective, on Love and Marriage Huntsville, all of that, all right? Because I have a lot to say. So I just rewatched Belle Collective. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I'm very transparent. When I heard that next week's episode is the season finale, and I feel like Belle Collective has been a good season so far. I feel like where there was a lot of story and some fake stories. But I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy that it's about to be done. Also because I feel like Sunday I really like to talk about one show. I really do. I don't like to really dig into 2 shows. It feels like a lot for one live because I feel a lot can be lost when we're doing more than one show. But it's okay. It's okay. We've been doing it. And I'm not sure if we have anything with Love and Marriage Huntsville so far. I don't, you guys will let me know. I did post in the Kempire Daily YouTube channel live chat. I wanted to know if, you know, how you would rate this week's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let me take a look at that. Let me see what you guys are saying. All right. Tauruses are in the house. I'd love to see it. What's going on, Tauruses? It's Virgo season, though. Happy Virgo season still. Yay. Look, yay. Okay. So let me get into this. So Belle Collective. Are we going to get a reunion for Belle Collective? We did get one for the first season. I wouldn't be surprised if we get one for this season. But before we get into Belle Collective, because we're talking about 2 Carlos King produced shows, as you know, this past week, Candy pretty much exposed. Oh, Carlos, you thought we forgot about it. We didn't. I didn't forget. Someone said it was dry. Carlos has yet to respond officially to the Candy exposing that he was the producer behind stealing the Escape story. As you know, Escape reunited a couple of years ago because of someone trying to steal their story and do their story with, I believe it was TV1. So, of course, all of that, you know, because we cite our sources, this came from an interview that Candy did with House of Aaron here on YouTube. So that gained a lot of legs. A lot of blogs and social media outlets were talking about this story. And usually Carlos would be the first one in the comment section with a response and then say, watch Belle Collective or Love and Marriage Huntsville this week. He has not responded. He did repost and retweet. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Because you know I saved it. You gotta save these things. And shout out to Zaya Wade, you know, Dwayne Wade's daughter. She has a Tiffany and Company collaboration, and she looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. Hold on, did I save it? Let me see if I can find it, y'all. Oh yeah, I did save it. So he reposted this on his Twitter and he reposted it on his Instagram. I guess this is supposed to be Carlos King's response. So someone by the name of Tracy added Carlos and says, Carlos King, With every elevation, demonic agitation. You are on track. Don't get distracted. Hashtag raindrop. Okay, I guess that's his response. That's not a response though, Carlos. We want to know, is it true? What's your side of the story? But I said to you guys before when we reported on this, more than likely he would talk about it on his podcast where he's going to make money off of it. I believe Kandi. Kandi's many things, but Kandi is not a liar. But of course, the Kandi haters will come out and be like, well, she lied about this. Okay. And she was very hurt about it in the interview, if you guys saw it. She was very hurt. Like, she started getting to the shaky voice. Sorry, Kandi. But it's true. You know, when Kandi gets into that shaky voice, you know she's having a situation. She was very hurt. That, especially because, here's the thing. We know in Hollywood, these things happen all the time. These things in Hollywood happen all the time. Wow. But it's different when it's someone that you've been, being produced by and worked with for many years. And then reportedly, they tried to bamboozle Mama Joyce in order to get more of story of Kandi's life through her. Just pretending like they were doing something else. Pretending like they're doing something else. It's the trickery for me. But Carlos hasn't talked about it, so we'll move on. But we couldn't come here live today and not talk about this story when we're talking about Carlos King Productions, which makes me look at the whole situation that's happening on these shows. I'm like, y'all trust Carlos with look, Tambra probably trusted Carlos, and now Tambra's being, under a bus right now. Poor Tambra. Do I feel bad for Tambra? Does anyone feel bad for Tambra? All right, let's start with Belle Collective. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. Both can be seen on the OWN network. Damn. Why he had to be connected to Oprah? Oprah doesn't want to be connected with this. But here we are. All right. So I took notes, and what I'm gonna do with this episode, I'm not gonna go through every single scene. I'm just gonna go through the most important things that I want to talk about in regards to this Belle Collective. Next week is Belle Collective's season finale, and like I said, I'm actually looking forward to the show coming to an end because I don't feel like I thought they had a lot, and it felt like they had a lot, but you can see that by as we get closer and closer to the end, it's just like, I guess we don't have a lot. We don't have a lot, even though we have tons of couples here. So last week, we were talking about Tambra and her beef now with Aikisha, who they've known each other since high school. And we had the whole confrontation of Demond and Aikisha, Demond at Tambra's Rock the Runway event, which you guys brought up before they even showed it. And I was like, why aren't they showing that? And then they showed it. I was like, okay. So many of you said that she's been a part of this situation, this Rock the Runway, for many years. So they showed it. And Demond was there. And then when Demond was being confronted with the Taisha stories, conveniently, security shows up and moves them away. That was so weird. That whole scene was so strange. But Tambra's strange. Her story with Demond is strange. And honestly, last season, I didn't love Tambra, but I liked her. I liked her on the show because she is from, that area. She sort of kind of gave me the Bethany, like, I'm single, but I'm trying to, I'm career driven. Danny Wade says, for season 2, the season could have been longer. Look, it could have been longer, but apparently they didn't have a lot. And a lot of you had waited so long for season 2 of Belle Collective. So for us to come back and it sort of, we got a lot, in the forefront, and then it just was like, what's happening? All right. So this episode is called Oops, Marie Did It Again. Congratulations to Marie. No matter how you feel about Marie, she is doing big things in Mississippi and as an entrepreneur. And this episode really is about her opening these 5 methadone clinics. And she's the first, her and Essie, her soulmate, are the first Black women in Mississippi to do this. So congratulations to them. I think that's a big deal. And this episode really is about, celebrating them. So congratulations to them. At the end, we have a whole party for them. And that's where the mess happens. Okay. So Letitia, Marie, and Akeisha all meet up because, as you know, Tambra says that Akeisha had called the ladies ugly. But the ladies, they understand the assignment, reality TV, let's do a scene together. They're willing to move on with Akeisha. They're willing to move on with Akeisha because I feel like this season is about bringing Tambra down. Honestly, because I didn't expect Latrice to be carrying bones this season. I didn't expect her to make these comments that we're all thinking in regards to this fake relationship that is Tambra and Demond. How many of you believe this relationship with Tambra and Demond? Do you believe that they're actually having sex? People will do anything to elevate their careers, including pretend to have a relationship on television. And Tambra, if this really is a real relationship for you, like a real love relationship, I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned because I don't get real relationship from this situation. Anyone else? Okay, maybe you do. Look, maybe you do. So they have their own kind of conversation, and Akeisha is just like, I didn't say that. I believe Tambra's being shady. I like Akeisha for being a part of the show. I'm glad they brought her because if they didn't, what would we be talking about? I like her for the show, and maybe honestly, we will actually get something done on Ferris Street. Let me say this. I had this thought watching this episode a second time around. I get why Letitia and Marie are friends. They're haters. Anyone else? I think that they're both haters. And that's why they get along with each other. Because I don't believe that, I do believe that Letitia wants to do something for Ferris Street, but can she really do anything for Ferris Street? Besides, like, okay, this is going to be our storyline. This is how we're going to have a movement for this show. But is she really doing anything for Ferris Street? Based on what we've seen on the show, not really. And the only person that actually has property on Ferris Street is Akeisha. And I've said this countless times that, yeah, you may have brought Akeisha to the table, but Akeisha is the table, at least in regards to this whole situation. So we do get a scene with Akeisha announcing that she's going to have her own event with clean dishes to, introduce herself or reintroduce herself to the people in Jackson, Mississippi. Sidebar, Jackson, Mississippi, I know you're watching. What's up with your governor making a joke of the fact that he's glad that he's not in Jackson right now because of the water crisis that's happening in Jackson, Mississippi? I hope y'all remember this when it comes time to vote. Like, really? Anyone see that story? When I said it, I said I have to mention it when we talk about Jackson, Mississippi, when we talk about Mississippi here in regards to the Belle Collective. We got to talk about it. Hold on, y'all. Let me move my... Sorry, TikTok. Y'all can't really see me. But TikTok, if you're just joining us, we are talking about Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville on YouTube. If you would like to see me directly, head on over to YouTube or Facebook. We're live on TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. Shout out to everyone that's in our live chat. We appreciate you all being here as well. Shout out to my moderators. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to say hello to the moderators, everyone. And thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. Guys, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. Hold on, y'all. This is way too small. Let me fix this. Let me fix this so that you guys can see my little banner here. Yes, we're doing live situations right now. Live. Okay. There we go. That's better. There we go. All right. Let me take a sip of water from my coldest water bottle. Hey, Kari, thank you for letting people know. Hey, Janaea, we haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, Cassandra says that Jackson, Mississippi had a huge flood. Monique says, I saw that and I was born and raised in Mississippi. I saw that story. I was like, really? The governor is making a joke of people's real life issues? All right. But real life issues like Ferris Street are happening in Jackson, Mississippi. And that is the goal since last season of Letitia. Well, now that Aikisha is in the mix, she's like, I'm going to actually make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. And I'm here for it because she can really make it happen. This is something that Aikisha and her husband have done before. They just haven't done it in her hometown. They've done it here in New York City, Bronx specifically. Oh, look, I'm hitting this mic now. All right. So Letitia, Marie, and Tambra have that conversation. They also talk about Marie. Her mom is missing. As you know, Marie's mom has an addiction to drugs, and now she's missing again. Next week's episode, they're going to go looking for Marie's mom. Hopefully she's okay. Because I'm a little triggered because I just watched Married to Medicine's episode when Dr. Simone was looking for her dad. They also talk about Marie opening up her 5 methadone clinics. So Letitia also brings up what happened at Tambra's Rock the Runway situation. About security. Letitia is a producer this season. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. She is the Kyle Richards this season of Belle Collective. Okay, Tambra and Demond. Why I said Desmond. Anyone else do this when you see Tambra and Demond on screen? Oh, I'm live. I gotta pay attention. Yeah. I watched it because I have to talk about them here. But if I was just a person watching this show and not recapping the show, I would fast forward through their scenes. I don't believe their relationship. I don't get chemistry from their body language. But look, honestly, if she doesn't come back next season, I'll be okay with it. I feel like it's forced. Tell us your truth or don't be on this show. But I do kind of feel like they set her up. I feel like the producers set her up this season. They're like, oh, we're going to make a fool of you this season, which would not be against what they normally do on this show. Oh my goodness. What did I get? Look, let me see what I wrote down in regards to my notes for Tambra and Demond and their fake and phony relationship. So they talk about Taisha, the decorated situation. They try to play it down. But he said that there is no emotional connection. Was there ever an emotional connection? Why are you guys going so hard about this? Miss Beverly says, I keep telling you, Kenya and Walter. That's what you're getting from, at least with Kenya and Walter, I believe that relationship more than Tambra and Demond. Honestly. So they start talking about where their relationship is going. He's talking about her moving in. But I thought she made it very clear she's not moving in or having a baby with you without getting married. But now she seems like to have changed her tune. She was like, oh, so you're going to have me move in? Hold on. Do I have a voice thing for that voice? I don't. Oh, no. Do I have anything? No. I don't even have a thing to make that voice. There's nothing. Sheila says there's no relationship. So are she going to pretend for next season that she moved in? And she talks about practicing having a baby. So I need to understand, Tambra. Are you waiting for the ring before you have the baby? Because according to him, it seems like he's ready to move her in and have a baby before he actually proposes to her. You guys have been dating for a very long time. I'm confused. Anyone else confused? I'm confused. I'm confused. Confused? So they talk about that. They talk about, everything that let's move on. Who cares? Let's talk about this. Marie meets with Zane, her grandbaby's other grandmother. You remember Zane's mom was murdered in a drive-by shooting. So they talk a little bit about that. We get to meet her, and she talked about, how she's been. And here's the thing. I know we've talked about this before, about the age difference between Zane's mother and Marie's son, Jerez. I'm going to move on from that. We've already talked about it. Because at this point, the baby's here. They have to raise the baby. He apparently came home from school to help his mom with the baby. Now he's about to go back to school. And they're going to raise this child. How many kids does Jerez have? I know he has more than one. Because I know he has more than one baby mama. How many kids does he have? And I know we've talked about how Marie has really entitled this young man to continue his bad behavior. I hope that he does change and he finishes school. I get why Marie wants to do that because she believes that education is important. I think we all can agree that it is. And they still haven't even solved the murder of Zane's mom at the time of this. I don't know if they've done it since then. 3, right? I thought it was 3 kids too. So Jerez, at 20-something years old, has 3 kids. It's not unheard of, but I agree with everyone when I have to say this. Marie coddling him has really allowed him to continue this sort of behavior. And I wouldn't, not 3 kids under 1. Three kids under 1? Damn. And how old is he? He's like 22? Young. So I don't know how I feel about her and the grandmother taking care of baby Zane while he goes to school, because I get it. I get the reasoning behind it. But at the same time, I'm like, is he just going to keep doing this? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. So they have that scene. They talk about, what happened with baby Zane's mom and how how they're trying to make sure that baby Zane is, filled with love despite everything, losing his mom at such a young age. Okay. So Gucci and her drive-by baby shower. A drive-by baby shower? Have you guys heard of a drive-by baby shower? When I saw this, I tweeted yesterday and I said, I've never heard of a drive-by baby shower, but the way that my antisocial behavior is set up, I love it. I love it. Can we do more of those? Look, during the pandemic, I'm sure a lot of people were doing drive-by. They were drive-by graduation parties, drive-by all kinds of stuff. But when was this filmed? Was it because of the pandemic that they were doing a drive-by situation? People were driving by. It was nice to look. You can say what you want about JJ and those struggle braids. I like his energy for reality TV, though. He seems like a fun guy. I like So Gucci, her modern vocabulary. I like her. And it seemed like they put their family drama to... It's so crazy, though, that we went from the family drama with So Gucci to now we're having a baby shower where the girls are coming together. I don't know. It feels a little rushed, but look, here we are. So Latrice comes to this drive-by baby shower and stays. Look, not drive-by for her. She drive-by baby shower, and of course the conversation. She's not drinking because she might be pregnant. She hasn't had her period in 2 months. Ooh, Lady J says, yes, during the pandemic, I attended one. Wait, how'd you attend one? You just drove by and was like, hey. Latrice and her storyline about having a baby. Look, when she met with her mom, I really believed it. But after a conversation with Zadie, I'm looking at her like, you'll either have an abortion, give it up for adoption. And Zaddy's like, no, that don't work for me. Neither of those options work for me. It feels like a storyline. It feels like a storyline, Latrice. Because there's nothing in me. Even when she was holding the baby, I was just like, I don't think she wants to have kids. And nothing's wrong with that, Latrice. And maybe Zaddy is on the same page with her in regards to this. I feel like they decided this is going to be their storyline, and they're both on the page. And so he's willing to say some problematic things on this show because he doesn't care what anyone else thinks. I don't believe they are going to have children together, which is okay. But I also get what Latrice is saying in regards to that she wants to feel more secure. He came from an upbringing where he had everything and he was given a lot. She didn't. She secured all the things that she has for herself. And she probably has a set number in her mind where she wants to reach before she decides to have children. But I have a feeling that Latrice doesn't want kids at all. Anyone else? Like, I don't get Latrice. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Don't have children unless you really want to have children. Let me take a sip. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to check out Coldest. They don't just have water bottles. They have things for your pets. They have pillows, sheets, all kinds of things. Head on over to coldest.com and use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off of your order. We are live on multiple platforms. Hey, Facebook. Hey, Twitter. Hey, Twitch. Hey, TikTok. We appreciate you all being here for our recap of Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're going to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville in just a second. Let me see what else I wanted to cover. Okay, we talked about everything else. I want to talk about Marie's event because that's where the drama really ensues, okay? So Marie's event is celebrating her 5 methadone clinics. Congratulations again to Essie and Marie on that accomplishment. They're the first Black women to do it in Mississippi. Tambra's there. And of course, the conversation about Tambra having security comes up, and Tambra's just like, well, it's our event. They want to make sure that we're good, whatever. A lot of them believe that she's avoiding the Taisha conversation. And I do believe that the producers decided to make sure that Taisha was there. But let's keep in mind, according to what the ladies were saying, first of all, Marie says Taisha has decorated all of her offices. She's was Latrice's wedding decorator. And I think Essie said her too. Someone else said me too. And she's friends with Letitia. But apparently, Tambra was not prepared for this arrival. And you could see it on her face. She looked real. I'm trying to understand something here. I get it. If this was a real relationship, Tambra, or are you afraid that Taisha's going to blow your spot up by revealing factual information that, yes, we are dating, we were just together? Well, based on the preview for next week, Taisha drops the bomb that Tambra was engaged. I believe it because I feel like she's using Demond for whatever reason. Maybe she's paying him to be on this show. Pamela, thank you for being a member of our royal court for 8 months. She says, hi to everyone today. Enjoy your day. And you enjoy your day, Pamela. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you guys would like to become a member, you don't have to, but head on over to TeamKempire.com/join. If you're watching on YouTube, just click the join button from your computer. And shout out to everyone watching on Facebook. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, TikTok. I see you guys as well. So Tambra hightails it out. She's there for a little bit, and then she goes to production to take her mic off. And Taisha's like, oh, you want to keep talking about me? And they're like, no, you want to keep talking about me. And she hightails it out. She gives a hug to Marie and tells the ladies, bye, I'm leaving. Why would you run? It seems like you're running, Tambra. Because if you have a solid relationship with Demond, stay and confront this woman that's talking about an emotional relationship. Wouldn't you stay? Like, part of me understands why she might leave, but wouldn't you confront this woman that's saying things about your relationship? And she's like, I am not going to talk to her when Demond's not here. No, this is woman to woman to woman. Demond doesn't, I'm a little scared if Demond was there, honestly. Hmm. Oh, sidebar. We didn't talk about Aikisha. So Aikisha, in at this event as well, announces because her PR, who was in my Twitter comments, apparently she's PR not just for Jackson, Mississippi, but Atlanta. She was a Sheree's PR person, tweeting me about, oh, this is white labeling in regards to Sheree's fashion. Okay, girl. So she lets everyone know that Aikisha's going to be having this event at a lovely place. And Letitia, this is why I said at the top of this, Letitia feels like a hater. Very much like this is why her and Marie are friends. Because I didn't really get the shade. Maybe something was left out of editing. I didn't really get the shade of her saying, I'm going to have an event to reintroduce myself and to let people know my intentions for Ferris Street. But I guess Letitia just expected to be invited as maybe a co-host or something. But she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna attend, but I see. So apparently you don't see me. No, because you bring nothing to Ferris Street except an idea, which is important. Don't get me wrong. Having an idea is important. But Letitia, apparently you don't have the funds or the means to do anything." Just saying. Let me say thank you. We had a super chat. Miss Bernice, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss Bernice says, Tambra and her witchy poo nose with this fake, I gotta have a baby because my parents said so. I know. It's giving that. It's giving that. Thank you, Miss Bernice, for the super chat. We appreciate you. Cherie says, not she by shame. Oh, Miss D says IKEA is mean, and I believe she said the ladies are ugly. Look, I didn't deny that. I believe that Aikisha may have said that the ladies were ugly. I believe she said it, but I believe she thought she was saying it to a friend. But the ladies are ready to move on because Tambra, this might be Tambra's last season, so she's got to make friends with the other ladies. And I'm glad that she did. But I didn't get the shade of her having her own event. Look, she's the only one that actually has property amongst these ladies on Ferris Street. But Letitia, who thinks she's the grande dame of Belle Collective, and she's not. Just saying. All right. I want to move on to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our weekly recap. Next week is the season finale for Belle Collective. I'm ready to move on. But we just began a new season, or part 2 of season 4 for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Here's the thing. This felt like, look, I like Dr. Francis. I love Dr. Francis. I think he drops all kinds of gems. Okay? However, we're getting 3 weeks of Dr. Francis and this couples retreat. 3 weeks? And why was this? You could tell this was a filler episode because even the title of this episode for Love and Marriage Huntsville didn't make sense because this episode really wasn't about Marceau. It says, Mar, say it ain't so. So this week again, Dr. Francis is dragging Tiffany and Louis, and I know all of you are here for it because y'all don't like Tiffany and Louis. Y'all don't like them, which is okay. I don't know how I feel about them either. I don't know how I feel about this couple either. But I also feel like the producers set this Tiffany and Louis up because they really wanted them to be accountable. They try to make it seem as if they were perfect on this show. Well, Dr. Francis is letting them know that they're not. And do I think this was a plot and a plan? Maybe. But I also think that Dr. Francis is a professional and is seeing the cracks in Louis and Tiffany's relationship. There are a lot of cracks. He's still dissecting their relationship during this episode. So the next day, the couples are having breakfast. Lewis is still upset with the way that Dr. Francis is viewing their relationship. But in not so many words, Dr. Francis basically thinks that Lewis and Tiffany, what they're presenting is not 100%. It's fake. And a lot of you have been saying that for a long time. And the other couples have been saying that. And this couple came onto this show trying to pretend like they're perfect. Okay. Lewis feels that Dr. Francis doesn't see them for who they really are. Or does he? So Marceau ends up coming in the kitchen, and Letitia comes into the kitchen, and they're having conversations about Dr. Francis and how Dr. Francis is. Marceau is trying to act all brand new in what he thinks of Dr. Francis. Really? Marceau, we know you don't like Dr. Francis. You just like the fact that the heat is off of you and your relationship. But Lewis does apologize to Tisha and Marceau for judging their relationship the way that he did last season. All right. But Kimmy comes into the room and she's like calling them out. Like last week she was calling them out. This week she's calling out the Whitlows again, talking about how they presented themselves last week. And now when Dr. Francis is talking about this and bringing it out, you guys want to be like, oh, that's not what it is. All right. Look, all right. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. Because the constant conversation about Lewis and Tiffany's relationship this episode, we already don't love Tiffany and Lewis, so to have an episode surrounded about talking about their relationship and their relationship not being 100% is not interesting. It's not entertaining. Let's talk about Melody and Marlene. So last week, we already knew that this conversation was going to happen. We already knew that there was going to be an issue and a scene with Martell's mom, Marlene, and Melody. So we get a better idea as to why Melody has an issue with Marlene. It's because of what she said on the show about Melody being lazy. And she sort of, when they had this conversation, she really was like, yeah, I really do believe that you're lazy. I don't get lazy for Melody. There's a lot of stuff that we could say about Melody. I don't get lazy. This is why Melody is winning right now. You're not telling me that she went from being lazy to a hustler now. No. What we've seen of Melody on this show from the beginning, we don't know her, but what we've seen on the show, she's far from lazy. She's far from lazy. But Miss Marlene and Melody have this conversation, and we understand why. We also get to see a text message exchange between Melody and Marlene. Well, just really Melody's part, where basically she says to Marlene, your son's a liar, and I'm done talking with you. I'm gonna block you now, so don't bother responding. And she did cheat. Farrah says maybe not lazy, but maybe spoiled. And she did say that, I also think that you're spoiled. She did say that. All right. But by the end of their conversation, this conversation never got ugly, which I appreciate. We didn't want this to get ugly. I don't see Miss Marlene getting ugly with Melody. She'll do it behind her back with her son. Okay. She does unblock Marlene, but she's like, you don't have to unblock me. I was like, okay. Woo 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 to Miss Marlene. Woo 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 to Miss Marlene. So I don't think everything is truly connecting for Miss Marlene, but it's okay. She's the grandbaby's grandmother, so she's, I want everything to be good. Okay. Okay. All right. Moving on from that conversation, and guys, we will be dropping the call-in link for members only. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop that now so that you guys can call in. If you are a member of the channel, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel so that you guys can call in and share your thoughts. I'm going to post it on the community tab first for Royal Court members. Hold on. Let me just get the actual link. There we go. And if you haven't already on YouTube, we have how many people we have watching? We have almost 700 people watching on YouTube alone. We've got quite a few people watching on Facebook. We have people watching on TikTok. We appreciate you guys as well. And let me just drop this here. And yes, we hit over 168,000 subscribers on YouTube yesterday. So thank you to all of you. If you're a Royal Court member, we've just posted the link on the community tab. And if you're a Team Kempire member, I'll be posting the link shortly thereafter for you guys. All right. Let me bring this back up. There we go. So back to this. So Dr. Francis and this weekend is continuing. I don't think we need it. Look, I don't mind a scene with Dr. Francis. I don't mind an episode of Dr. Francis. But 3 weeks of this couple's relationship retreat, again, it's giving we don't have a lot here. But, you know, OWN wants another season, so we're going to bring back another season. Okay. So they're meeting in a group with Dr. Francis, and I think this might be bad editing because even when Lewis was talking about losses, you know, Dr. Francis talked about losses and who has had a loss. Tisha talked about her recent loss with her best friend, and they actually showed the scene of the best friend's husband on the show. So I didn't realize the husband had been on the show. But Lewis talks about losses and he tears up. And I just feel like something was lost in translation with that scene. It just felt like a bad edit, but who knows what it is. But we see Lewis break down a couple of times, even in his conversation with Tiffany later, he's breaking it down about his relationship with his own dad. All right. Hold on, y'all. So they have that scene. Martell and Marlene's scene. We'll briefly talk about this. Martell and his mom. Martell is at his desk. Martell, we've gotten so much tea that's been exposed in regards to Martell and him wanting to be famous, him wanting to be seen. Okay? So these pre-produced scenes with him this season, he's really like, I'm going to come out like a business person this season. I'm going to be that guy. This scene at his desk where he's shuffling paper, talking about his wine and how it's sold out. And okay, Martell, we have nothing with you this season. Last season, we literally had no scenes with Martell. We had like a couple of scenes, and we're like, where's Martell? He's like a friend of the show. And this season, every scene that we're getting with you, it feels so pre-produced. So we get this scene with Martell and his mom, Miss Marlene. And he's talking about his wine and how things are busy with wine. And then they're also talking about her meeting with Melody. And he's like, how did that go? You know, because that text message was very rude. But Miss Marlene's like, you know, we made peace. We had a good time. You know, she is the mother of my grandbaby. So we're going to move on. So are we. Because I was another nothing scene. I did not like this episode. I probably would give this episode not even a 5. I probably would give this a 4. Because at least if we had like no, I'm going to give it a 5. You know why I'm going to give it a 5? Because of Dr. Francis. Because at one point, Dr. Francis, when he's leading these conversations with the couples, one of the things that Dr. Francis says, let me say, he was talking with Tisha and Marcel about their relationship. And he says, people like to argue the truth when the truth stands by itself. Okay. Dr. Francis saved this episode for me because overall this episode was not good. Yes, we know there's going to be drama later on this season. Melody foreshadows this in next week's episode where she brings up Miss Wanda. Can you believe we haven't gotten Miss Wanda? Did the petition work? Nope. Miss Wanda's going to be on the show later this season. So Melody brings up the conversation in next week's episode about Miss Wanda talking about the paternity of Sugar Baby, which leads to the brawl that we saw on Instagram and reported on a couple of months ago. This episode, even though I have to say though, a lot of you rated this episode with 46% of the vote. You guys rated this episode on YouTube between 7 and 10. And that's with almost 400 votes. Guys, if you haven't voted in the poll on YouTube, be sure to vote. All right. Lady said, yes, let Wanda rest. M. Williams says, Dr. Francis is going to drop some gems if he don't do nothing else. And I love Dr. Francis for this show. And I keep saying he needs his own show. But I don't know if I want Carlos King producing it at this point, based on what we've heard. Like I want Dr. Francis to have a successful show and not a messy show. But y'all like mess. Okay, I like mess too. Every once in a while. Not that kind of mess though. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. I've already dropped the call-in link for our Royal Court members on the community tab. I'm going to drop the call-in link now for our, for our Team Kempire members. And shout out to you guys that support the channel on a monthly basis. We really appreciate it. And shout out to all of you that like and share and view our content. We appreciate that as well. So the couples have another conversation. So Tisha and Marceau have a conversation with Dr. Francis about their relationship and things like that, whatever. Here's the thing. Again, I feel like they had nothing this episode and they named this episode after Marceau. And I was just like, really? If anything, they should have come up with something with Tisha and Lewis. The preview for next week, Tisha and Lewis leave the couples retreat. Because they're facing these conversations with Dr. Francis and they feel like they're being judged by Dr. Francis. The same way that you were judging everyone else. But I think this was a plot that Todd said, oh, okay. No, it's a plot that Carlos King set up to get them this season. Because all of you have said that they are fake. And I'm sure Maurice and Marceau and their wives were here for it. Speaking of Maurice brings up to Dr. Francis his request for having sex 2 times a day on this show. And Dr. Francis, always with understanding the reality of what you're saying, she has ownership of her body. And Kimmy really tries to save Marceau in that conversation. Like, oh, no, he understands. No, apparently he doesn't. Look, we understand with couples and marriages and responsibilities, you're not going to be able to have sex 2 times a day. If Kimmy was down for that, that'd be a whole other conversation. But she's not. Kimmy's like, I got a lot of things going on. Sheila, thank you for being a member of the channel for 15 months, a Royal Court member. We appreciate you, Sheila. And Sheila has gifted multiple times memberships to all our subscribers. So thank you, Sheila, for doing that. She says, Martell's going to take 14 years to get his building license like She by Sheree. Well, that's why they're together, maybe. Maybe that's why they're together. Okay. All right. We're going to get to the callers in just a second, but what else did I want to say? Okay. Do you guys think there might be some of you, maybe the men that are watching, that feel like 2 times a day is not excessive? I don't know if it's excessive, especially if both people are on the same page. I don't know if logistically that could be possible, depending on people's lives. If you don't work, maybe. Nacho says Maurice is a cornball. Maurice becomes more of a cornball and one to watch on this show because we're like, you're not as together as you seem. But I do feel like this is somewhat of a story and they're supposed to have a scene with Dr. Francis. So that's going to be their issue. What else is going to be their issue? The linebackers in Atlanta? So many of you said you're over it. Like I said, if Kimmy was down for 2 times a day, okay. It's excessive if your partner is not able to do that and doesn't want to do that. Even if she had the time, she might not want to do that. But she says, you're busy, when you come home from work, you don't have to think about anything else. She also works and she's taking care of the house. in a house full of men. Okay. You know what? Theo says it's not, and everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to be different. Theo says it's not excessive for me. Janaea, thank you so much. It's nice seeing you here, Janaea. Janaea says, oh no, you just gave me a super chat. Thank you so much, Janaea. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Nice to see you here. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. We have almost 700 people in the building. So let's get to 350 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link for other people to call in. But we already have quite a line backstage of people that want to share their thoughts on Belle Collective or Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're live on multiple platforms. We're also live on TikTok. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Appreciate you all being here. Let me start getting to the callers. Let me start getting to the callers. Okay. Pretty Brown Eye says, what does he do exactly? What does Maurice do? He's an attorney, right? I already forgot. Tisha says, I'm here and on TikTok. We appreciate you, Tisha. Hey, Tisha, I see you. She says, is your phone in Zoom mode? It is, so you guys can see me. And so I can see you. Thank you so much, Typical Tinks, for all the roses. We appreciate you guys. We are live on YouTube, the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live on Facebook, the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. And we're live on Twitch and Twitter. And we're live behind the scenes on TikTok. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. IB says, I like Kimmy. She knew what it was when she signed up for a Scott. Damn. But based on what we're going to get for the rest of the season, I'm praying for Kimmy because it looks like she's going to have some sort of health scare this season. There's going to be a battle between the Scotts and the Holtz, apparently. And then that's going to transform into a battle between Melody and Martell again, because we've already seen it happen on social media. All right. Thank you, Vanessa. I couldn't remember because we really don't see his work. Vanessa says, yes, Kempire. Maurice is a lawyer. Okay. Miss Beverly says an attorney and something else with real estate. Yeah. And Kimmy does real estate as well. And she's a nurse. Shout out to all the nurses. Yes. Ooh, there we go. All right, let's get to some callers. Let me switch this up. Hold on, y'all. Let's get to some callers. Switching things up on y'all. I can't believe I've been talking for an hour. Well, we've been talking about Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now we're going to get to some callers. Callers short and shady, to the point, because we have quite a few people behind the scenes. We're almost at 350 likes on YouTube. If you're watching me on TikTok, tap your screens. If you're watching me on Facebook, like the video, share the video. All right. What else did I want to talk to you guys about before we go? I can't remember, but I'm sure I remember before the end of the live. Okay. All right. Let me look at the callers. Okay. Miss Brooklyn Star, I'm going to bring you up first. Hold on. What's going on, Miss Brooklyn Star?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm going to try to make it quick because this episode was boring, but there were so many details because I'm obsessed with the details on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I noticed you didn't talk about how Miss Marlene walked into that restaurant in the daytime in a freakum dress and patty melts. I noticed you skipped right over that. I thought that she's delusional when it comes to her son, but most moms are. Martell was shuffling bills and late notices on his mom's desk, okay? Still lives with his mother. And the nerve of them two to be talking like they're not the point of contention in the situation with Mel was beyond me. Like they were way above the mess. They're crazy. I want to give a shout out to Miss Francis because she is definitely F-boy free, because I love how Dr. Francis knows the boundaries when it comes to his wife, and I truly believe he probably treats her like a real queen. Maurice doesn't look like he gives quality D for 2 times a day. Okay, I'm so sorry. And I truly believe that Lewis has a backstory. He's very secretive when he talks about his family and things going on, but he looks like he's going through a lot of pain from his side
Yeah.
of what's going on. You notice the death of who died was secrecy, like
Yeah.
his family life is secrecy. Something's going on with Lewis. And
Hmm.
I noticed the men on this show, when they complain about sex with their wife, like they're not getting enough, they have a whole other lot of baggage going on. Sex is something they throw out there, but they have a whole lot of crazy going on in their background.
Hmm.
And I want to meet the Scott's brothers' parents because delusion starts from the top. I want to see the dynamic of their parents because
Hmm.
they both are F boys. I want to know who raised them.
Yeah. Why
Like
haven't we met their parents?
something's going on. All of their brothers are like chauvinists. I want to meet the parents because I bet you his mom is like Tisha because Tisha is delusional. What she was saying to Dr. Francis about basically she just wants to be led around by more. There's something. I want to meet the parents. That's all I gotta say. I need to meet the parents.
Okay.
It's foolishness going
Brooklyn
on there.
Star, as
But this
always, we appreciate you. I'm still reeling from the him shuffling late notices on his desk.
that's what he was, and we know that it's Miss Marlene's house. Okay, like he ain't got no business. The wine just got released, so what was he shuffling on that desk? Nothing. Blank papers. I don't
Oh,
know. Definitely bills.
oh,
Okay.
damn. Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
No,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Take care.
All
You guys crack me up. All right, we have a long line, so let me not with the side comments. All right, Shantae, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Shantae?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Okay, so basically both shows were like fillers. Um, I'm kind of Belle Collective seemed like a short season, but I'm kind of glad that it's coming to an end so that we won't like just give up on it, so they can come back with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like Akeisha, even though at first I was iffy about her, I feel like she's gonna be like what the show needs, like a villain
Mm.
ish that actually has something going on and can put out
And might
because we've
actually
been
help Fair Street.
actually help Ferris Street because Letitia, okay, I get these names. Tisha has been wishing and humming and hemming and just throwing little get-togethers, but hasn't really done anything. Even when she brought the idea to the show, like she should have had like a plan and investors and all that. So it's just like, girl, you just saying it just to be talking.
Like
And
her
we already know
relationship.
Tamara and Demand, however she says it. I think he's just like a familiar face that her parents will be comfortable filming with. Is nothing there. They were high school sweethearts, but that's it. Like I really don't see it at all. I see them trying, but I don't see the actual chemistry. And then Love and Marriage Huntsville, another filler. Miss Marlene and her son is delusional. And like the people were saying, Martell was possibly staying in an Airbnb because we didn't see any personalized pictures. So he found an Airbnb with a desk and took his bills over there because how is he going to sell out when he was stalling because he didn't even have a way to ship out? So it's just, I don't know, delusions. And Tiffany and her husband, sayonara. See y'all later. Matter of fact, we don't need to see you later. Just don't let the doorknob hit you on your way out because we're over it. All right, goodbye.
Thank you, Shantae. Thank you for calling in.
All right, bye.
Bye. Ooh, hold on, Kari. Hold on. Doesn't Shantae calls in with the sweetest voice, but the shadiest comments. I love it. Let me just say thank you. We got a couple of comments that I want to highlight first. Mia says, just because you're direct doesn't make you a villain. I agree, because I don't know if I get villain from Akeisha, but I like her for the show. And I like her husband. I think they are great reality TV. Kathy says the dad was in the wedding episode, but did we get much from? Apparently not. Like, these are your parents. Do they not live in Huntsville? Maybe that's what it is. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, I don't watch this, but always support your channel. Thank you, Julie. We appreciate you. All right. Excuse me. Angelia, thank you so much for the super chat. Angelia says, is Dr. Francis is a relationship therapist only or also an individual therapist as well? I need him in my life on retainer. Oh, Well, you know what he is. Didn't he do one-on-one therapy with Letitia? Remember? He did one-on-one therapy. He's a therapist. He's a therapist. So I like him. I like him. I like him for the show. I just don't know about these couples. Just saying. All right, let's move on. Let me bring up Kari next. Hold on. What's going on, Kari?
Hi, Kemp and the Kempettes. So I only have one thing to say about each show
Okay.
because I have a little story at the end that I want to say, if you'll permit me to. So I'm going to start off with Belle Collective.
Mm-hmm.
Tisha, I'm questioning your intelligence because for you to think you can throw something personal in somebody's face over a small argument and they'll still work with you is given unhooked on phonics. You went at IKEA like you found Glenn underneath her bed wearing a hot pink thong. There has to be something super broken about you to try to destroy someone else using their trauma over the smallest disagreements. iPhone better than me because I would have had 5 big booty strippers in Glenn's DMs that night. Thank you. Now, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Kimmy, please stop focusing on the Whitlows and focus on your husband being a borderline predator. You did an interview saying that Maurice being a deviant you ain't say deviant, but I did. So, Maurice being a deviant has been a problem since the beginning of your marriage, and it's very confusing to me as to why a woman who considers herself to be strong and empowered would knowingly marry a man that is only not taking what he wants because he's scared of going to jail. And let's be very honest, that is what Maurice admitted to in the episode. At this point, Kimmy, I'm questioning you as a woman because the way you defend the disgusting things that come out of his mouth whilst having the emotional intelligence to understand how crazy he sounds, it makes me wonder what's the limit of your defense. Like Brooklyn Star said, I need to meet their mama. Okay, so I can see what type of doormat instilled these views in her offspring. I'm tired of talking about these grown, arrogant men. Where is your mama? She is the problem, and my hands just want to talk. Melody, that lady, your kid's grandma, not yours. F her and them urban novel book cover wigs.
Okay, Kari. What else did you want to say?
The little story I want to tell y'all. So in July, right, I got assaulted in my building, and I had to get a personal protection order out on the person that assaulted me. And because I got a personal protection order, my landlord decided that he did not want to renew my lease because he thought it'd be easier to get rid of me than the grown man that is in his building assaulting people. And by the grace of God, I've managed to find a 3-bedroom trailer with a half an acre of land. And it was that day when I asked you to what about manifesting? That's what I wrote on my manifestation paper, that I find a really safe place for me and my son that we can be comfortable at and that he can have room to grow. And that week, I found the trailer. It's in the country, but it's 3 bedrooms and it's on half an acre land, and it is somewhere where I can be real safe at. And I was on this channel, and you guys have really carried me through these past few months. When I get on here and I talk and I'm saying all these things and you guys are laughing, it's been making me feel real good, because honestly, there have been times where I just have not felt like moving on because what happened was super scary.
Oh yeah.
And for my landlord to then kind of turn on me, it was oh my God, what am I about to do? And this is in July. He didn't let me know until August that he wasn't going to renew my lease. My lease is up at the end of this month. So I had 2 months to find someplace to go.
Wow.
So that manifestation, and when we were sitting here and I was asking you guys, thank you guys.
That's
Thank
amazing,
you for
Kari. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for being here with me. Thank you guys for putting up with me and my shadiness and my long-windedness and sometimes my very, very cruel takes. Thank you guys for just being a community. Even if it's an internet community, it is still a community that I've been able to just lose myself into and to just have some place of solace. Because you guys know, it's just me. I already told you guys, it's just me and my son. And now it's just been me, my son, Kempire, and the Kempettes.
Oh.
And without that manifestation, I I honest to God, without that manifestation, I don't know if I would have found that place. Seriously.
And I think a lot of people think manifesting is some sort of witchery. No, you're manifesting every single day with your words and your thoughts. So why not direct them in the direction that you want to go? And that's exactly what you did, Kari. Congratulations.
Every day when I found the place, every day I wake up, I'd be like, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. It was 2 other people ahead of me that found it before me. And the landlord was like, I think this would be a good place for you and your son. And then from there, I wake up, I'd be telling my friends would tell me, they'd be like, it's yours, it's yours. I'm like, yep, it's mine, it's mine. And now it's mine. I move in October 1st.
Congratulations. Yes.
Oh.
All right, Kari. And on that note, I gotta let you go.
Bye-bye.
Take care. All right. I want to be able to get through all these calls, guys, but y'all know I drink a ton of water. So can we just take a little bit of a musical break, and I will be right back. As if you're just joining us, shout out to Kari. Congratulations, Kari. And I'm so glad that she shares that story with us. When you guys share what this channel means to you, what this community means to you, because I'm not just this community. All of you are a part of this community, and you're uplifting each other with positive, letting me know when I need to do better, letting each other when you need to do better, but also helping each other in regards to all of what is happening in each of your lives. And so much is happening. I just tweeted yesterday, take true value in your health, because I've heard from you guys, I've heard from family that are struggling with health issues. There is always something, even when you're in a dark time, there's always something to be grateful for. So if there's something in your mind right now, think of that, speak it out. I'm grateful for you guys. And I'm grateful that I could just go to the restroom. I'll be right back. I'm going to play some music though. I'm going to play some music and I'll be right back, guys. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. Oh, and I'm going to drop the call-in link. Let me drop the call-in link before I forget. I'm going to drop the call-in link for the live chat. Okay. Hold on. And I'm going to drop it here. Okay. All right. And I'm going to be right back. Callers, stay on the line. I just want to be able to give everyone their shot. Okay. All right. If you're just joining us, this is our weekly recap of Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville replay crew. We haven't forgotten about you. We want to know your thoughts on the episodes, what you would rate the episode. Are you invested? And share your thoughts on your manifestations, what you're trying to manifest in your life. I want to know. I really do want to know. All right. Let me just put this here, and I'll be right back, y'all.
Oh my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I got to have it. I got to say it again. Oh my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I got to have it. Ooh, baby, you're my sugar dripping, chocolate covered waffle cone. No, I can't leave that boy alone. Need a taste up in the morning. You got a girl just jonesing. Need a fix from my favorite type of candy store. Got me shaking, going out of control. Let me have a little something. You know I'm hooked up on that loving. Let's rock, roll, escape. Let the stress just slide away. Oh baby, no, don't ever let me go. No, don't ever let me go. Champagne, let's celebrate. Let that old school record play. Oh baby, no, don't ever let me go. No, don't ever let me go. Oh my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic.
All right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right. Can you guys hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Hold on. This is why you need a producer. Hold on. Make sure I have all this here. Okay. There we go. All right. And we're back. Let's get to these callers. Let's get to the rest of these callers. Adrian's backstage. Let me pull her up. Hold on. Hey, Adrian.
Hey, love, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, it's kind of loud. I'm at the park with my kids, so I'll be real quick. So, here, two things. I'm not even gonna do Belle Collective, but two things about Huntsville. First of all, I'm so happy I don't have a mother-in-law like Marlene because to me it feels like Melody is just a means to an end. That was just a vessel to have her grandchildren. I don't really think she loved Melody as much as she says she does. I think she's very jealous. I said this before. She's very jealous of the role that Melody has in her life, in Martell's life, being number one. Because she keeps saying, "Well, you were doing this. He was doing this for me. He was doing everything he was supposed to do. If that's what he was doing in terms of working." I think she's upset for a couple reasons. Number one, she don't have a man that ever showed up for her like that, and number two, she don't understand what it is to not do physical work. Mel can work with her mind. So just because Mel wasn't out there jumping up and down and running in and out or whatever, or doing whatever she thought that Martell was doing, then that to her means, oh, Mel wasn't working. But yet he can't make the same type of money with his little wine that she's making post divorce because he can't pass the test. Anyway, Marceau, I think Marceau's version of, oh, we talked about it is I told her what I thought. I told her what I just decided. And that's not the same as you all actually talked about. Just like that Africa trip, just like that thing with what's the name's Wanda's food truck. You just told her what you decided. That you all didn't have a discussion. That's not a discussion. And then Lewis, I feel like Lewis reminded me of what's the name from Fresh Prince. Remember Raphael De La Ghetto? He just talked a bunch of stuff. It's a bunch of 30,000 philosophical foolishness that don't mean nothing. But anyway, let me go.
Okay, thanks, Adrian, for calling in.
All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. We got some of the best callers, too, guys. We have some of the best callers. Speaking of some of the best callers, I'm going to bring up Danielle next. What's going on, Danielle?
Hey there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still down.
Oh, my goodness. What's going on?
The cocoa, this the OG cocoa, y'all. This the cocoa I got from when we first got on lockdown because I've never been this sick before.
Oh, my God.
The cocoa, this is the OG cocoa from 2020 when they first shut the world down. That's what I got right now. I've been dealing with this for 6 days now, and I'm under the bed feeling like crap. But today's a better day. Today I feel good today.
Oh.
Yeah.
You feel better than you sound.
No. I got a burst of energy for right now to go through these quick notes real quick. Belle Collective, first for both episodes, both shows were whack, but here we are. Belle Collective. So I don't know if you saw my thing in the chat. Some people did. Marie and I, 1:00 Friday night, are going back and forth at it on Twitter because I had a lot of things to say to Marie, and she responded. She was here for the kicks and giggles, and I came back with the slaps and punches. I asked her. I didn't ask about the baby mama's age. I left that alone. But what I did ask about is how the boy is 23 years old, and she's sending him back to campus with 3 kids. She said she would rather him have an education. I said, well, most adults go to work during the day so they could pay and afford for their kids, and they go to school at night. Why can't he do the same? Then she said she wasn't going to let him lose his scholarship. I said, well, you come across as a lady on television who seems like she's very successful, and you have the money to pay for a scholarship. Why are you taking the scholarship money from someone else and not just pay for your son's tuition? Because not only is your son, can you afford the tuition, but it's in state. The kid goes to school around the corner. He's not going but so far. She couldn't answer that. She couldn't answer that. So then she tries to say because of COVID, they allowed him to be eligible and gave him another year of scholarship. That's not how scholarships work. Well, let me mind my business on that one because scholarships work in different ways. I don't believe that. School didn't shut down because of COVID. Those kids in college were online, just like the kids in elementary, high school, and middle school. Marie missed me with the foolishness. I took screenshots of all the tweets just in case she tried to delete them, because when I say we were neck and neck Friday night, we were neck and neck. My medicine had kicked out, and I had something to say. Okay. Tambra didn't want to be in that event at the end of the show because she knew that girl is here to tell the truth, and she knows outside of Tisha. Well, she don't know that Tisha's calling her out yet because Tisha only doing that in her confessionals. But that girl is here to tell the truth about Damon and the fact that they did have some kind of relationship, and Tamara don't want to be around. She was like, I can't be here if Damon is not here. Yeah, because you want him to shut it down because you don't have the balls big enough to shut it down because you know it's a lie. Okay. And I'm here with Brooklyn on the details. Here's a joke. Did anyone else notice that there was chips of paint missing on the front of the truck that they gave the girl? I
noticed it too. I was like, am I seeing things?
No. The paint was chipped, but it was nice. I thought it was a great gesture. If the girl needed a new vehicle to support the kid, to get back and forth to work, the doctor's appointment, I thought it was great. But I thought it was hilarious that the paint was missing off the front of that truck.
I thought I was the only one noticed that there was paint missing at the top of so Gucci's the hood of the truck. Gift to her daughter.
It was not. Okay, Maurice, and it's 2 times a day. That's cute if you're on vacation. But like someone said, Maurice don't even look like he got a eggplant to put it down twice a day. And Maurice is of a certain age. I just learned the other day, sometimes guys can't do it, but so they need a nap. You need a nap. You need to take breaks. Maurice, cut it out. And is Maurice a practicing attorney, or we just know he passed the bar? But is he practicing? We know he has his credit business. That's the 701 credit or something he does. So that's the job that he does. He repairs people's credit so they can buy homes. Maurice, go sit down somewhere. And the mama was on an episode season 1 or season 2. She's in a wheelchair. Remember they had the big family dinner. She's in a wheelchair. The mom was there. They never talk about the dad. They only talk about the mama. One of the sons worked with one of my old supervisors. He's in government contract. I think he works for like Northrop and Grumman or something. But he said he don't fool with them. Tiffany is the crack in their marriage. If you pay attention, you know we body readers on this show. Tiffany's facial expression every time they said something either to her, about her, or to Lewis, her facial expression looked scared as if she was going to be found out. Tiffany is the crack in their marriage, and she's hiding something, and we got to figure out what it is.
No, we got to figure it out.
Yeah, we got to figure it out. I feel bad for Lou. He need to get out now. I can hear the teaspoon clicking on the round of the cup. Lou needs to go. He needs to leave the marriage. What else? That's it. I think that's everything.
Feel better.
And so I need Lou to grow a pair and speak up for himself, because he is the same way Maurice was when when Kim wanted to see the therapist. I can't think of his name. The great guy, the guy we like, and Marceau. None of them wanted to go to couples therapy. None of them wanted to talk to him. Lou is the exact same way. Lou needs to grow up here and speak. I'm like, you guys, I'm just acting the same way you guys did when he was first brought to y'all, and no one is saying that. And I need Kimmy, the same way she tried to hound Lou in the kitchen about how he was reacting towards their feedback. I get what she was saying, but have that same energy for Maurice. You don't have it. And she needs to stop, but we're going to feel bad for her because we see something bad's coming. So she has my heart for that matter, but I need her to grow up here. And how she keeps saying she got this house full of men. The old boy bought a townhouse, so he don't live there. And Monster is 13. Come on, Kimmy, stop with the, bye, y'all.
Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting our channel. Speaking of supporting our channel, thank you to everyone that sends in super chats, sends in Cash Apps, PayPal, Venmos, all of that. Thank you so much. You are part of the reason we're able to continue to elevate how we edit, what we do technologically that you don't even see here. Thank you to all of you that help support the channel any way that you can. All right, we're gonna get to some more calls, but I do want to say, Lakeisha, thank you so much. Speaking of which, a member of the channel for 4 months, she says, we need a new franchise, Love and Marriage, New York City or Las Vegas. See, oh wait, no, I'm reading the wrong comment. Hold on. No, this was Unique. Unique, thank you so much for the super chat. Unique says, we need a new franchise, Love and Marriage, New York City or Las Vegas. Look, I had given up on bringing up Lamb, Love and Marriage, Brooklyn. Remember, we talked so much about that last season. I haven't brought it up once. But thank you, Unique. But at this point, all right. Lakia, thank you so much for being a member of the channel for 4 months. She says, I am by myself with this opinion, but I think it's a bug weird that these women have their own relationship issues, but poking at Tambra about hers. You're not alone on that. You bring up a very good point. And I'm glad that you guys share these points, because I'm like, you have a very valid point, Lakia. They have nerve to be talking about people's relationships. All right. Callers that are backstage, I'm going to bring you all up, but just keep in mind, there are people waiting. So short and shady, the most important thing that you want to talk about. All right. Also, it's almost 1:30 and I haven't eaten. Miss Beverly, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Miss Beverly? Miss Beverly, you're muted. Miss Beverly, did you step away, Miss Beverly? All right. We'll come back to Miss Beverly. Miss Catherine, I'm going to bring you up next. What's going on, Miss Catherine?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I just have 1 point for each show.
Okay.
This was like, I guess host decided this was just going to be a filler week, because if I had taxes, if it was tax season, I would have done it for both episodes because it was boring. It was very dry. But that scene for Love and Marriage between Mel and the mama gave me life. It was almost to the level of shade between Letitia and in Essie from the Bells.
Mm-hmm.
It deeply and profoundly amused.
Okay.
And Mama was not copping to anything. If anything, she was just like, I said it, I did it, and we finna move on. And Mel got with it, and she was just like, let me unblock you and keep it pushing. And for Love and Marriage, it was a mess. And also just and boring. And
Okay.
I was just profoundly over it. And they just need to leave them folks alone. Rather, no, I did Love and Marriage. I'm lost. In the end, it was just all boring. And I guess Carlos was just like, let's just scrap this and let me just extend it so everybody gets paid.
Oh, okay. All right, Catherine, thank you so much for calling in.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, I think Miss Beverly's back. What's going on, Miss Beverly?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How you doing?
I'm good. I was sitting here listening to everybody else, and I was blocked. I mean, I was muted. But anyway, I hope Danielle continues to get better, and prayers for you, and congrats, Kari. My thing is, the best part of Love and Marriage Huntsville was when Kimmy said you did it to Marceau. That was the best part, because the rest of it was crazy. I'm wondering, does Martell have any siblings? Because Miss Marlene thinks that the sun doesn't rise or set till he gets up and go to bed. So I'm wondering, does he have any other siblings? And Louis, yeah, he must be an only child. And Louis and Tiffany, bye. Okay, on to Belle Collectives. Letitia always loved to say, I invited you to the table. Well, she invited her. Akeisha took over the table and she excused Letitia for what she said about Akeisha's family. So there's that. I love that Marie is helping the community, but Marie is so fake. You ever notice that as long as it's all about Marie, she's just as content? There was no drama at any of her events, but she brought all the drama to everybody else.
Good point, Miss Beverly.
Yeah, I watch, and you know what? What annoys the heck out of me is Tamara, and when she's speaking, why does she have to stretch her mouth? You notice the way that I'm like, girl, she looked like she could swallow everybody in the room.
You know what? I can't. No.
And her and Greedy are not a couple. They're just as fake, because it was amazing to me that the first season how Greedy just popped up from nowhere. They met in the park, and then fast forward to the end of season 2, she's trying to have a baby with this man, and now they're moving in together. They need to stop, Kenya and Walter. That's all I gotta say. Kenya and Walter.
Beverly. All right. Thank you for calling in.
Y'all.
Bye. She's about to have T Twirl coming in on her. All right. Let me bring up Miss Bernice next. What's going on, Miss Bernice?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. So let me get to my point. Tiffany, Big Bubba, and Lollipop. I got empathy for Big Bubba. He needed to divorce Lollipop because she got her own agenda, and in the end, she gonna end up upgrading by dumping Big Bubba anyway. So he need to cut his losses and just run, Fords, run. When Mama came into that restaurant looking like she just rolled in from the club, I was through. That dress
Marlene.
was not age appropriate. No. She looked at a hot mess. She looked like she had a cup of Hennessy still in the car. Come on now. And then she gonna get that one answer. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And Mel gave her the grace. Like, she my kid's grandmama. I only got to deal with her. My kids being the grandmama. I ain't got to deal with her on a daily basis. So I'm gonna let this fly. But I don't like this lady, and I know she don't like me. So we're not gonna fake the fun.
Nope.
And her man-child son, who does no wrong in her book, oh, he's a good man, but he cheated on his wife and had an outside baby, but he's a good man. What logic is that? No.
He
But other
chronically
than that, it
cheated.
was nice. Tamara. Kempire. I grew up in the '60s with H&R Puff and stuff. And Tamara and that nose of hers, and when she started talking, all I see is witchy poo.
You know what? Oh my God. All right, Miss Bernice. Thank you so much for calling
Okay.
in. We appreciate you.
Okay, have a good one.
You too. Bye. All right, guys. We're going to take these last couple of callers. Again, callers short and shady because I got to go. We appreciate you guys. But replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. How would you rate Belle Collective this last episode from 1 to 10? And how would you rate Love and Marriage Huntsville? We are live on multiple platforms. We're live, of course, here on YouTube, but we're live backstage on TikTok. TikTok, we appreciate you guys as well. Typical says, go eat, Kempire. I know, I want to go eat. My stomach is growling. Okay. Let's get to these last couple of callers, though. Amy, I'm going to bring you up next. So what's going on, Amy?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I gave these episodes, but I didn't really, like they said, they were fillers. They weren't really that great. The only two comments I had about Maurice and the 2 times a day. I think it's possible if you do like morning sex and then night sex, but then I look at him and he doesn't seem very much in shape. So it just seems like he's just a hit, then a miss. He's trying to get it right the morning after. That's my guess. And then but what's the girl's name with the greedy boyfriend? I think they're trying to make her storyline, and she's just desperately trying to get out of it.
Tamra.
Because Tamra. Clearly, she did not cross all her I's and dot all her T's. Clearly, this guy, it wasn't the perfect match. So now she's just trying to run out on basically being exposed as basically coming up with a fake relationship to be on TV. I mean, I'm here for it. It's funny. So that's about it.
Okay, thank you, Amy. We appreciate you calling in.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. You guys are hilarious. Look who's here, Miss In My Opinion. Where have you been?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, I'm blessed by the best. It's just been up and down, you know. But God ain't through with me yet.
We're
let me
glad
tell
to have you
something.
here, though.
Well, I'm always watching in the background. I may not say nothing. You know, I haven't been feeling the best, and these news has not been going my way. But God ain't finished with me yet. That's all I'm gonna say.
Amen.
Let me tell you, Kempire. First of all, I'm gonna need these producers to go back to the drawing board. This ain't it, okay? I'm gonna need y'all to go back, and if y'all ain't got enough to do these shows, I'm gonna need y'all to cut. Find a new cast, okay? Take a break, whatever it is. Carlos, it ain't getting it, okay? Yeah. And Takari, I'm praying for you. God ain't through with you yet, neither, okay? Baby, he does things for a reason. And Kempire, he ain't through with you yet. I see you going big things. I see them numbers just rising on up. We're getting close.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm so happy that you called in because this is the only way I know everyone's good if they're in the live chat or if they're here or if they call in.
Look, I'm all over Twitter looking at you. I'm like, oh, look at him. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing your thing, and I'm so happy that you're always doing your thing.
Thank you.
I'm always happy that y'all checking in on me. You know, it's just been a little hard. You know, I got like 4 surgeries coming up. So
4. Well, we're sending you prayers for those surgeries.
Was not expecting all that, and one of them is really, really dangerous. So,
well,
I had to get my mindset right, but God ain't through with me yet, and I know He has a purpose. So,
amen. And we're gonna be praying for you, in my opinion.
You have a blessed day.
You too.
And you go get you something good to eat.
You know I will. Okay. In my opinion, thank you so much for calling in, and keep us updated on everything, please.
I will.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. We have the best community. I do believe in the power of intention and prayer. So make sure you're praying for all of our callers that called in and all of our community. Shout out to In My Opinion. And last but definitely not least, another face that I haven't seen in a long time either. Miss Janaea, what's going on?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I think your whole crew must be going through something. I'm trying to, I watch, but I wasn't feeling like I could carry on a conversation. I lost a parent a few months back, and so
Oh, I'm sorry.
just even as an adult, you just never know how it's going to hit you. But
Yeah.
so that's why, if
Sorry.
you care to know. But I'm back. I'm trying to, get back on the bike, pedaling along. But as far as I only watch the Love and Marriage Huntsville. I haven't watched Belle Collective yet.
Okay.
But either way, I feel as everyone else has mentioned that Carlos may want to switch it up to a different city because, and this is just could be me, everything is so overly
Unknown caller.
produced. Uh-oh. That's not me. Is that you?
No, I don't have any calls coming in. And I'm gonna mute you for a second. Is that me? I don't know who that is. That's weird. Oh, I see what it is. Sorry, y'all. I'm like, what? I don't even know that sound. I'm like, what is that?
Can you hear me still?
Yes. Can you hear me? There we go.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't. That's
I haven't recognized it, but
range.
that was us on what you would call it on TikTok. That's the other phone. I'm like, who's calling me on that phone? No one has that number. Anyways, continue.
Your bat phone. Yeah, but everything seems really produced. If Maurice is serious, then Kimmy's got a whole lot more of a problem than, just a little trip to Dr. Francis. The sit down with Marlene and Melody, there's no way that would happen like that. So I feel like it's very overly produced, and it's getting in the way of the quality of the show. Now I feel like Tisha's mom is a little bit too much reality, and they wanted to dial it back, but now we're getting into the other side to where they don't have the balance anymore, and that tends to happen once reality shows have been on past their time. So they need either a major shakeup or just to put a bow on it and let it go.
All right, Janaea, we appreciate you calling in, and again, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh, I'll be better. I'll be better.
Definitely, Miss Janaea, thank you so much for calling in.
Have a happy Sunday.
You
Bon
too.
appetit.
Thank you. You guys know what I say. We shout out to all of our callers. Hold on. When we have loss in our lives, it's a reminder for the living to live more fully. I hope we can uplift each other in the live chat, in the comments section. And this is why I always say, some of you, not you guys, but some people that say the nastiest things on social media, just keep in mind, you might not know what that person might be going through at the moment. All right, so keep that in mind. All right. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to all of my Team Kempire and Royal Court members. And guys, don't forget to say thank you to our moderators. They do this thankless job anytime that we go live, and we have such a large community. It can be a lot to manage. Don't forget to like the video. We have, let me see, how many people do we have in the chat? We have almost 700 people in the chat. Can we get to 500 likes on YouTube? Can we get to everyone on Facebook watching, everyone watching on TikTok? Tap your screens. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone for being here. Let's get out of here. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. We will be live tonight for the Real Housewives of Atlanta Reunion Part 2 on TikTok exclusively. If we're not there, we'll be on YouTube. We'll be on Instagram. And we're going to watch Married to Medicine as well. So that our watch party will be taking place tonight at about 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you all for being here. Have a great rest of your afternoon and have something good to eat. I don't know what I'm going to eat, but I'm going to find something good. Let's get out of here, y'all. Let me play a good song. What do I want to play? I don't know. Okay.